In the 90s, Playmates Toys made the deepest line of Star Trek action figures in history. My name's Keith, and I'm a collector working towards owning all 284. I've been a Trek fan for almost 35 years, and most people are sick of me talking about it. But somehow I've convinced my old friend Mike to review them with me on Look at My Star Trek Toys! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Look at My Star Trek Toys. We have another exciting unboxing a ship episode. Mike, how you doing?
Feeling good, Keith. Had such a great time last week opening up that Romulan warship. Can't wait to see what we have in store this week. It looks like some sort of a shuttlecraft. So let's do this thing.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think I spoiled my spoil because I'm also probably going to put it on the thumbnail here on the YouTubes. Yeah. Whatever. Folks, if you want to have your ships and our episodes spoiled for you, how would they do that, Mike? How would they find us on the YouTubes? How would they contact us about it?
Very easily, Keith. Lots of things. You can get a hold of us. Look at my Star Trek Toys at gmail.com. You can tag us on the Instagram at Star Trek Toys, or right here on the YouTubes. Let us know what you think about the figures. Did you have it? Did you play with it? All that kind of stuff. Like and subscribe, all that goodies. Help other people find the channel. We're having fun. Hope you're having fun. Spread the word.
Yes, indeed. So before we get to the getting, I just want to give a huge thank you to our ship benefactor, Pat from Rochester, New York, who provided last week's Romulan Warbird and this week's toy as well. We're very excited to talk about it and to share Pat's collection with you, which that has been so generously donated to our nonsense. So, without further ado, folks, we are talking about the Shuttlecraft Goddard here that Playmates put out in 1992. Now, this was Series 1 of their ships and such. So this model number 6101. Very excited about it. Now, this, of course, is a Type 6 shuttlecraft, which you first saw on the Next Generation, although it is actually a retrofit of the Galileo type shuttlecraft, which we saw in Star Trek V. And this was used on Next Generation. It was not the first shuttlecraft we saw on Next Gen. This was the probably the most prominent one that we saw. And it was used for a long time until it was basically essentially retired on Voyager when they built the Delta Flyer. This was also the last shuttlecraft that they built in full scale for filming on. Before it was digital, or they were just redressing different sets. So this was actually built in full scale, outside and inside, for Next Generation, which is pretty cool. Now, it's also interesting that we are doing the Shuttlecraft Goddard, not a generic shuttlecraft, a Type 6 shuttlecraft, because this particular shuttlecraft has an interesting story in canon, which I will explain at the end, because we know where this ended up, where this shuttlecraft ended up. So it's pretty exciting. So here is the front of the box. Here we have the Series 1 and 2 sort of design with a matte painting of the shuttlecraft itself. And I forgot to mention last week, but I think it's important here. These were also individually numbered collector's edition. So this is number 190,132. So they made a fair amount of these. Although I don't know how many of them still exist here in its original packaging unopened until now. You'll also note that much like a Romulan Warbird, we have lights and sounds with a Triad. Here, let's see if the batteries are still working. They're not. Okay, so hard no on the batteries in there, but to be fair, that was 30 years ago. So now, of course, when you're opening these things, you have to be on the lookout. There could be corroded batteries inside. Who knows? The Warbird was clean as a whistle. We'll see what's going on in here and see if we can get it working live on the air. So if we look at the back packaging here, we have some information about the shuttle itself. Oh, cool. It opens. Now, here's the thing. I've never seen one of these in real life. So I'm learning what it all does with you here on the air. So I didn't know that the front opened up. That's awesome. All right. So a couple of the things that were part of line 1, we have the phaser and the Enterprise D and a communicator device, which is super cool. This was 1992. Yeah. So Mike, should we open this up and see what's inside?
Yeah, enough foreplay. It's time for the main event.
It's time for the main event. All right. Well, let us open it from this side. This tape has not even been broken. So we're gonna open it up and see what is inside. Oh, there's more tape on the side there and the side there. All right. So as Mike keeps changing the camera angle, I keep changing what I'm doing to try to really mess with him. So now the price tag on here has worn off, so I don't know where it came from. It could have been a KB's, could have been a Toys R Us. Who knows? All right, so on the side here, we have some packaging, although we seem to have frozen on this toy cam.
No, we have indeed.
We have indeed. So we'll switch to the top cam and see what is here. All right, so we have some more complex cardboardography. So let's open it up. But I think there's something in this side here. So let's find out without cutting myself live on air. Okay, and all that's in there is this cargo pallet here that we actually saw in a display in our displays episode. Let's take a look at the cargo pallet, and it's just there it is. Some Star Trek stuff, some technobabble stuff. On a sheet of plastic, and it will be interesting to see how this fits into the ship itself. All right, so setting aside boxes here, let's dive back further in.
I see something good.
Yes, indeed. We're going to slide this out, and there is the shuttlecraft. Here is the front. Is there anything in here other than cardboard? I don't believe so. So we're going to set that aside. All right, and that is all that's in the box. Set the box aside for now. And let's take a look here at the shuttlecraft. We're taped in on the sides. Let's get that loose. Get that loose. One of these days I'm just going to cut my finger off here on the YouTubes. And we're going to have to broadcast it. Okay. Plastic covering. Look at that. Look how cool. Now, I think we're attached in the bottom. All right, so here's where we have some fun. Freeing this from the cardboard. And there's the back door. I was wondering where the back door was going to be. Okay, so the door to the shuttlecraft here. We will set that there. And let's undo our ties here. You see these a lot with the Playmates. They had a similar tie system for the transporter figures, which honestly, packaging wise, the transporter series figures were by far the hardest figures to get out of their packaging. It was like defusing a bomb just to get one of those things out. So this looks a little bit more reasonable. We're gonna flip her back over. And see if I can gently free you from your cardboard. Okay, so let's get those out. And here we have our shuttlecraft. All right, so we have a batteries and product are for demonstration purposes only. To achieve optimal performance, replace batteries in toy with new alkaline batteries. So let us see where the battery. Ooh, wow, that's so cool. All right, we're going to show you later. Let's find out where the battery compartment is.
Do you have to unscrew that little bit there?
It looks like they're in the back here. So See in here, looks like there's a battery compartment there. And that's been taped down as well. So let's see if we can free that. All right, now we do the cross our fingers for no corrosion dance. And we're not corroded. Fantastic. So you can see the batteries in the back there. And we have some of these demonstration batteries. These are a little hard to get to. Let's see if I can get my fat fingers through here. Oh, there is a pull. Oh, there's a pull string. Thank you for that, Playmates. For those of us who no longer have 12-year-old fingers. So these are interesting. High watt AA batteries. I've never even heard of that company. I'm not even sure. So, folks, if you collect rare, weird batteries, let me know, because I've got some dead, weird demonstration batteries. But I also, luckily, I'm stocked with new contemporary batteries that aren't 30 years old. So let us throw some Energizer Maxes into this and see what happens. Now, I know we've got to do the decals and all that kind of stuff. I'm just too excited about this
episode brought to you by Energizer Max batteries. Do you need to play? Go get you some Energizer batteries today.
Yes.
If you'd like to sponsor, actually, go ahead and send us an email at lookatmystartrektoys@gmail.com. We need your money.
And if you're not Energizer, you're a different battery company, and you would like us to use those batteries and say mean things about other battery companies, we'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we'll sell out just very quickly.
I've been trying to sell out for 20 years, and nobody will take it. Nobody's buying. All right, so okay, batteries are in. Let us. Where did I put the? Oh, the compartment is now closed. All right, so now, fingers crossed. Oh, is there an on button? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe there's something I'm not aware of to turn these things on. Did I get the batteries in correctly?
We got lights and shooters on this bad boy too?
Yeah, there's supposed to be lights and sounds. And I can't quite tell if there is a malfunction in the toy or if
Did you get the batteries in the right direction?
I think so. It's a little hard to tell, but let me pull them out and put them back in one more time and make sure these things happen.
I've got some. Oh my god! I was just going to offer to you that I have some contact cleaner.
Oh, thanks. In Philadelphia.
That's not going to help you, is it? Yeah.
No, it's definitely it's not really going to help me. Let me make sure I get the batteries going in the right way. Okay, so we're going that way, and that way, and that way. Okay. One more try. Come on, Shuttlecraft. I believe in you. I believe you can do this. Give us our lights and sounds, please. Now, of course, let me make sure I get those. If you don't get the pull thing in correctly, you're never going to get these batteries out with adult-sized fingers. All right, come on. Ooh.
Oh, this is a little heartbreaking.
Oh,
it's almost as bad as the lottery ticket that we didn't win.
Yes, well, all right. Well, I will investigate that, and if I do get it working, we will follow it up with the subsequent video. In the meantime, let us see if we can put our back on and get that in there correctly. He hopes. All right, hold on. Now this is where like it gets stressful because like I realize I'm doing this live on camera and if I look like an idiot, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so we have the back, which opens, which is realistic to the screen, which is super cool. I'm going to take off this batteries warning sticker, which 30 years later now sort of lives there. So we'll hold on. Maybe I can do it. This is the real riveting.
Without a sponge, yeah. I usually you have to get the sponge and get all that nastiness off.
But I think. Oh, look at that! Look at
that! Almost perfect.
We'll tighten that up later. Okay, so while we're here, let's take a look at some of the fun stuff that came with it. including some instructions. Maybe that'll explain why I can't get the sounds to work. Now, these Series 1 ships came with decals.
Okay.
So we're going to have to play with those. That's going to be a whole thing. And a blueprint, like we did with the Romulan Warbird. You can see the impulse engines on the back here, and of course the warp engines, warp nacelles on the side. Very cool. Lots of good information there that most Star Trek nerds will already know. And my work phone's going, but guess what? I'm not going to answer it because I'm here with you on the YouTubes. All right. Oh wait, there's an on-off switch. Mike, that might be the thing.
Oh, Keith, this could be it.
This might be it. Of course, is it underneath the batteries? Of course it's underneath the batteries. So do I have to pull them out for a third time live on camera? Of course I do. But that's where, this is where Mike, the professional broadcaster, is going to fill while I do that.
Well, listen, the prep is always the best. I mean, batteries in, batteries out. I thought it was going to be one of those little pull tabs that, like in the store, you got to pull out to make the batteries work. But this is just the same difference. It's a toy. And just watching Keith as a grown man, I'm time traveling right now watching exactly what it would be like to hang out with 12-year-old Keith. I never got to do that. But this is basically, I think, the extent of it. You'd be sitting crisscross applesauce. Maybe right. Mrs. Varney would have a little snack for us. Maybe like a grilled cheese or something.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be really nice right now?
I could really go for that. Okay, no dice there. Man, this is going to be... Look,
Keith, I can't wait for about 2 years from now when I say, hey, remember that one podcast we did and you just did batteries for 25 minutes?
You know what? Also, I just stopped recording my audio.
That's all right. We got a backup. I got you.
We got a backup? All right, good. I'm going to start recording again.
Okay.
So if I sound different after, the first 10 minutes of this, briefly, but now I sound normal again, that's why. All right, man, I swear I have all this right. I can't tell what's on or off, so that I tried that in one direction. Let's put it in the other direction. I don't know how people did this with adult hands. All right, I think that is... All right, this is our last try, and then we're going to go to decalography and move forward with our lives. But I'm hoping, Mike.
This is it. This is the one.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Maybe she's just not... She just broke, Keith.
She might be. She might be. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to futz with it later when we're done. So let us continue forward and play with some decals. Now, they tell us how to do all of this. Oh wow, this is really complex here. So, wow, this is really something, Playmates. All right, so decal number 1. We're hitting the front of the nacelles here. Wow, it'd be great to have this in color. All right, so that goes there, roughly. All right, I'm just going to do a couple of these to get the idea. I'll do one half of it, and then I'll figure out the rest of that myself with some time there. So, decal number 10, a little blue here. We're going to go. All right, so it is handy that they do have sort of molds here that you're putting the sticker on. So if you see here, there's a little piece of little piece of the mold here that you put the decals on. So you're not entirely left alone to your own devices. But it is interesting. I don't know why they did it this way as opposed to painting them. I guess they figured the interactiveness would be fun for kids to be able to be a part of it. I don't think they continued doing this after because why would you paint that and not that? I think applying the decals was part of what they were doing experientially. So I'm going to do one side here. So 14 is going to go here. All right. Use your brain, Keith. Okay. But you really start to get the little detail stuff, which is pretty fun. So 30 is going to go.
Maybe
up
pop that over
top.
to the other side, Keith, and see if we can't maybe. Get
Oh
a
yeah,
little-
okay. There we go. That's better. So the 30 is the 1701D, which of course is the Enterprise. How do you get that out of there? I'm an adult trying to figure out stickers.
Struggle bus. Struggle bus.
No,
Keith
it's all
is
right.
aboard the struggle bus.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so you're going to go right here. Great. Look,
Oh yeah.
we're really coming together. So 33 and 32. Where do you want to go? 32. Okay, along the sides here. 33. All right, here we go. We're doing this. This is, I mean, honestly, like this is fun. Like
I'm riveted. Yeah.
it's weird to do it on camera because you don't normally do that. But actually, in terms of like what am I doing as a kid, I'm loving this.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
All right, so now look at that. See, super cool. All right, so that is the all right. Now we got to finish our side. If we're gonna do this, let's do this, shall we? All right, now we're gonna do. Here we can see a little nose attachment here. Very good. And I think that is. Oh wait, we need to christen this thing the Goddard, of course.
Now, Keith, I hope that later on the Instagram we're gonna get some shots of this in its pride of place.
Oh yes, no, of course. So that is number 37. 37 goes right here under the window. So there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, here's the other really cool part about this. Because it's designed to be opened up and played with. So inside, we're not done, folks. Inside, we have a seat. We have our driver's seat, essentially, right there. Where a figure can go in and sit down. And guess what? Do I have a Geordie ready to go here to sit down in this seat? Will the articulation of the figures allow me to do this? I would hope so. He's gonna be sitting. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So boom, you can. Or here, I'll go on this side here.
Okay, we're
I know. I'm like literally.
Oh, he's
Mike stay
safety
terrible.
first. He's buckled in.
Safety first. He is buckled in right in there. Now, of course, you got to put in the L cars, right? You can't just leave them all alone there. So we've got a whole bunch more stickers to play with. So 15. We're just gonna do a couple of them here. Right in front here. Okay. And then another 15. See, wow, I mean, the level of detail on all of this to get these, I think they saved so much money by having the children put the stickers on as opposed to hiring people to do it. But it really, so again, that's going to be some hard work to get it all the way into all these sides here. But you can see the idea by putting the L cars there down in front of Geordie in the ship. So really cool. There's a ton of them yet to do. So I'm going to go back and do that later.
It really is a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, they're really putting you to work. All right. So now, if we look at the back, it opens up, and you can see where you can put more folks. We have benches. Oh, that's cool. Maybe go from this side. You can see it a little better. There are bench seats which open and close.
It's like a paddy
in the
wagon.
back. So if you have more cargo, you can do that. Otherwise, you flip it up and put folks in there so you can sit there. And obviously, this cargo container, you can slide it right in to the back there. So now you've got your cargo, or you can take it out and put people in. And it slides in nicely. And obviously, there are more stickers that you put onto this. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, it's a bummer I can't get the lights to work, but I'm sure I will eventually. And I'm sure there's a fair amount of YouTube ideas on how to repair these things if there is some sort of an issue. But it's all there. It's really cool. And it's very playable with. You notice at the bottom it has wheels, so you can actually sort of drive it around on its wheels, which is a nice little detail as well. So yeah, it's solid.
Now, Keith, turn it on its side the way you just had it.
Okay.
Stay there. Stay there.
Okay. Staying.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so here we are. This is you can actually see it used on screen. Boy, you know what? They got all the details right on this too. That's very impressive. Obviously, they don't have the battery pack, which make it impossible to stand up in the back there. But it's pretty darn close. And so I'm gonna complete the picture here by adding Scotty. I don't think Scotty's quite gonna fit. So we do have a little bit of scale issues there. But I mean, it would make the toy kind of giant. And he can sit down. He can lie down. He's gonna take a nap in the back.
He's tired. He's had a long day.
He's tired. He's had a very long day. Very cool figure, represented exactly correctly there. Varner Studios, good job. But this also explains, hey, what happened to the Shuttlecraft Goddard? Well, I'll tell you. In the episode Relics, which obviously features a crossover with Scotty, they give him this shuttlecraft. So somewhere in the world, Scotty is running around space with this shuttlecraft, doing whatever Scotty wants to do. So that is what became of this ship. So, I mean, Mike, what do you think?
Awesome. I was always a fan. It's funny looking back. You could tell that I was always a color outside the lines kind of kid because my decals are all. I was so excited to get up and playing. All of my decals, in my old toys are a little haphazard or askew. So
Yep.
There's a satisfaction that I'm getting in watching someone else do it properly, even quickly.
Proper-ish.
And yeah, I don't want to say scoff. I used to question, why do people watch other people play video games on Twitch? And then on our other show, we talked recently about my friend and I used to watch each other play Legend of Zelda, and now I'm getting such a kick out of just watching you put stickers on a toy. There is a satisfying dopamine rush in playing and watching other people play, and so I'm glad to have done it. I love this little shuttle, and I hope that Scotty is enjoying his trip through the cosmos.
That's true. I mean, this might be where I have to store this figure. I mean, I'll have to put a duplicate on the shelf behind because I think Scotty deserves to be right here in his shuttlecraft.
Pride of place.
Pride of place. Oh, and you know what? Interesting little details that I just noticed as we're talking. So the windows here, they look like they're just black, but guess what? In light, they are transparent.
Cool.
So it's basically they have tinted windows, but they are actually transparent, so you can see into it. If I put some LED lights in here, and we could show it from the inside. Yeah, I mean that would totally be doable. So Anyway, I'm too damn excited to keep playing with my shuttlecraft and get all these decals on there. So I'm gonna have to leave it here. But Mike, any final thoughts? You know, can you think of what your favorite ship or toy? Like you must have had a ship or a tank or a something that was your favorite when you were growing up.
I think I've talked about it before. I have two answers to this question. One of them is all of the figures in the Mask toy line. I don't remember. I can't remember who made those toys. I can't remember even what channel that cartoon was on. But I was big into Mask, and I loved all of the sort of ships and such. And also, I had an original die cast. I had both. I had the die cast and the plastic full Voltrons. And you want to talk about awesome ships / vehicles. They were the Lions that were fully articulating. The figures could slip into, but then they also compiled into the giant Voltron. And somewhere that's still in my mom's basement. So I loved those. And there's something satisfying, not just about the ship, which is awesome, but being able to get the scaled character into the ship is always satisfying as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it was Voltron where one of them was named Keith, right? It was like the black cat was Keith. So I always thought that one was obviously the coolest
Midge,
one.
Keith.
Midge?
Midge was one of them, the small little guy, the green one.
Oh god, that's offensive. I thought it was like Madge, like the name. But
I don't think it was like Midge, like, well,
of course it was.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, 80s. Oh, hey, just anything goes, right? Ugh, yikes. Anyway, so this is super fun. We will see you next week with another ship, another thing to unbox. It's going to be so much fun. In the meantime, folks, I have been inundated with more custom figures and displays. I'm excited to do more of those. We still have more figures to talk about. Right behind me there. We haven't even completed all of those. There's so much going on. Who would have thought this 30-year-old toy line, we would be inundated with really cool stuff to talk about. But until then, like and subscribe. Do all the stuff you do with the YouTube stuff. It really helps us. And thank you for watching. We will see you back next week on
You Don't Have to Grow Up.
Look at my Star Trek toy!